Hey guys, and welcome to this little recap of my epic map. Now, I know a lot of people are new. I got a lot of new subscribers, so a lot of people don't even realize what else is on the map, and also don't realize that they're all on the same map. Now, I'm going back to where it all began, which was the Dwarf City. Now I have the shaders mod on, so it all looks so much different. And now that I've gone back, I see so much differences, and I'm like, oh, I need to go back and fix all them. But that will happen eventually. So let's get started. This is my very first project I ever done on YouTube. Um, I remember when I first done it. It took me a very long time to hollow out everything. Let's just say that when I made the head, and there's nothing behind the head, it's sort of freaky. Um, the scale, it's pretty big scale. It was the biggest thing I've ever done to date. When no, there's a lot of stuff wrong with the place, but as I said, once I have my other cities done, I come back and I'll do them all up a bit. So as you can see, that's like said, I got that sort of it's same sort of thing from Ironforge. If anyone played WoW, you'll know straight away where it came from. I took a lot of inspiration from games, especially World of Warcraft. There, when you see the Orc City and stuff later. Um, I haven't been here in a very, very long time, but I had a lot of problems trying to hollow this cave out because, as you can see, as you know, in my recent episodes, you know I freak out when it comes to when you see stuff that is, when you know something's been made with a sphere generator, and this place is sphere generator galore because that's what I used to create it, and I haven't come back and fixed it because back then I didn't really know much. See, like, you can tell it was all created by spheres, and that really, really bugs me, but can't do anything about it right now because I'm doing other stuff. But once I come back, all of this will not look like that. It will be a lot more smooth. Few extra things I need to do in here is fill up all the houses and stuff with furniture. I also need to finish up the inn that was over here. I have a lot to do. I basically have like sort of the mold of it done. As I said, all the houses. Down here is sort of a commercial area. It has like loads of stalls. They have their barracks down there, and they also have their giant forge. Which, whoa, light! Oh, Jesus, lighting glitch, lol. Obviously, this forge is totally unusable, but it's just there for luck. Inside here, then I have a little training area, archery range. In here, I made another statue of a guy holding this, which was going to be the armory. So inside here, I will be obviously when I come back. These are jobs that I can get done very fast. I just haven't got to doing them. That was going to be a big armory in there, and it was just going to stretch back. All it was going to be was a plain room with loads of chests. Inside here then was going to be the bank. Well, will be the bank. So as you can see, there's not very much else to do. It's very fast work. There's all the big work is done. And then inside here, which I liked the most, was the throne room. I really enjoyed making this. It sort of turned out nice. It didn't. I didn't really. I didn't really plan a lot of it. I just went with gut instinct, and I kept. I didn't really plan most of this. A lot of people say like, "Oh, how do you do this?" Do like no, no. I do plan a bit more, but back now, I don't plan that much. I didn't plan at all. I just built stuff, and then I was like, that looks cool, and then I rebuilt stuff. When I was here first time, I when I did my first time lapses, if you want to find all those videos, if you don't know about them, just look at my older videos. They're all pretty well labeled. This is just the Dwarven City. They're not part of the Epic Map series. If you didn't know, these pillars were, lol. These pillars were a nightmare to do. I can tell you that. My Skype's probably gonna go off in a sec, but don't mind that. They were a nightmare to do because I first, it took me ages to do it. Oh my god, because I remember I had to, oh, it was just a nightmare. I remember because I didn't have single player commands. I didn't know much about it back then, and I didn't know about the copying paste and all that sort of stuff. So all these were like the original stuff that I done, and it was just a nightmare. Really was a nightmare. So that's pretty much this place. There's a lot of details. There's a lot of stuff. So now I'm gonna go to my second project, which I'm pretty sure, was it the Elven City or the Nordic City? I'm pretty sure it was the Nordic. but it doesn't matter anyway. We'll go here anyway. People on my server will know that this is the spawn city, and it was heavily changed for the server, very heavily changed. Right now, it's in its original state, and I kind of like that it still has its own personality. That it's not the same as the server. It's a lot different. Like this section is completely different on the server. There's a few stuff that I need to add to this as well. Obviously, I need to furnish the houses, but see, they're all jobs that are just they're tedious for me because that's not really my thing. But I'll do them eventually when I come back to doing. I'll do that all once I finish the human city. The boats, I need to add more boats. I actually created a boat on the server that I really liked, so I'm going to place that here as well, and I'm going to add a little dock. Because if this is the Nordic city, it needs to be bigger, so I'm going to expand this and make it a lot bigger, but it's going to look nothing like the one that's on the server currently. It'll look completely different, just so people, because I don't want the stuff to look the same. I want the server on my Epic map to be different. Obviously it looks quite similar, but a lot of it's different. As you see, I made loads of market stalls. All the houses I put like the effective ice. And there's a creeper in there chilling, just staring at the wall. Oh, okay, now he's staring at me. Very weird houses. As I said, this is back when this is a long time ago. My building style has very much changed. So yeah, oh, that's really weird. As I said, my building style has very much changed. It's nothing like it was before. So I think if I rebuilt all this, it would be a lot different, and it's going to be fun to come back and upgrade all this sort of stuff with the new stuff I've learned, because there's a lot of stuff I want to change. Like before, I never, like, this sort of stuff wouldn't go well with me now, like, that I made it across here. And like any person would know that walls and supports and all that sort of stuff isn't built usually on just dirt. What happens is they pour concrete in, and then they put, obviously back then they didn't have that, but they wouldn't have looked like this. So right now, this is what I would have done instead, and it adds a lot more, because it always needs to go into the floor. Like that's Minecraft like law to me, that right now anyway. Back then it wasn't. See, like this sort of thing. I better stop, or else I'm going to keep continuing. Like, that looks so much better than that. It's just, that's the way my thinking was back then. I didn't really think that much. And as you can see, looks like it was made by Sphere Generator. Down here as well, probably is the same. Oh no, I kind of did a better job. Look, Sphere Generator, little box there. Sphere Generator. Sphere Generator. This needs to be rehauled and revamped, and that will be done. So that's pretty much it for this place. Up here, obviously, as well, hasn't been... Well, that was weird. What the hell did my throat just do? But this place hasn't been furnished yet. All things that I will do when I come back, and I'm pretty excited to come back and do it all. I just wanted to get the bases down. And the next one is the Elven City, but to be honest, it's more of a ruins. I don't see it as a city. It's more of a ruin, because it just looks very ruiny to me. Then again, it could be a city if I furnished it right, but right now the way it's furnished, it looks like ruins. Like these houses, they don't lead anywhere, and as you can see, there's nothing inside them. But I could turn them into houses, or I could leave them the way they are. I like it as a ruin because it tells me that, like, I don't know, that they're one of the fallen races or something like that. I really like the way it turned out. As you can see, none of these are furnished, but these are, again, very fast jobs that I haven't done yet, because these jobs that I don't like. I'll just have to take one day, once I finish my human city, is to go back and furnish all these and just get them all out of the way. And whoa, that's weird. See again. Very organic. I put all this together myself by block. If you didn't know, there's a time lapse of me doing it. Very tedious. It was literally just like block for the whole tree, the whole thing. No single player commands was used on this. Nothing. It was just creative mode. Now I know you could be like, oh, it's not legit. I find that legit, not using single player commands, to be honest, placing blocks one by one. And I tried to make it as organic as I could. And yeah, I thought I succeeded. I hope I did. I really like the hanging lights. It added a lot of elvenness to it, if that makes any sense. You know, the hanging lights, I really liked it. And then of course adding the vines, they just went absolutely crazy. I added one and they just grew everywhere. But as you can see down here, there's not that many stuff down here. I didn't really do a lot with this place. After I made the tree, I sort of spaced out, and oh my god, doing that tree. But this bridge, then, it's a very thin bridge, but I think it's sort of cool. Yeah, it's very ruiny, and I think it would be a very, very cool place to have an adventure map. Yeah, I think it would be really cool. Another very thin bridge going across to another empty house for now. Inside here is very, very bland. There's nothing really in here right now. Like, the basis is all down. You could easily expand from this sort of stuff and make really nice things out of this. It's very much a base template. It's so like anyone can take this sort of stuff and make it into something a lot better, which I will be doing once, as I said, when I come back. I need to take breaks from these. Like, I do very big projects and then I take a break from them and I come back to them. I do another one, I finish those, I come back to that one. It's just, that's the way I work, you know. And I think it keeps it a bit fresh instead of sticking to the same thing all the time. And I know I've stuck to Human City for fucking ages now, but people are really enjoying that one, and I'm really enjoying doing it as well. It's turning out exactly the way I wanted to. But that's pretty much it for this place. It was very challenging to make the tree, as it was my very first one I've ever done, and doing it all block by block was demoralizing as hell. But it turned out really well in the time lapse, so I was pretty happy with that. And as you can see, it leads down from up here. There's more to see. There's loads of stuff sprawled around the whole place. It's really nice. And if you didn't know anyway, the spawn location of this map, which I need to change, is here. I think I'll change that though. You could even spawn inside Elven Ruins or something like that, but I don't know. The map download's already up, and it's got ridiculous amount of support. The map download, the Nordic City alone has 6,000, and this epic map has almost 10,000 downloads. Like, I don't have anywhere near that much subscribers. I don't know what people were doing. They must have just downloaded, not subscribed, or downloaded or multiple times. I don't know, but it's a lot of downloads. And now let's go to the Mage Tower. Very simple one. This was sort of a project that I saw. I think I saw the Yogscast, and it's a blatant rip-off. Like, I know they had like a spiral. Well, they didn't have the exact one of this. They had a spiral going up, and then it came out. And then I saw for the Mage Tower, and I was like, oh, I have to do something like that. I have to get it out of my brain. I need to get it out of my system. So I made this. Obviously, this looks nothing like what they've done. This was completely, I made this up myself. And then, of course, that I had to stop. And if you didn't know before, this was before the height limit was introduced. So this was the new height limit. This was the old height limit. I made all this terrain. It was custom. Oh, red thing. Oh, that was to mark the center of the map. This is pretty much in the center of my epic map. And also I'm going to show that at the end, just to show a little update, because people are really wondering what it looks like now. So this was all custom made. It was supposed to be just a small area where, you know, a guild of mages were, you know. I wanted them to be like secluded and, you know, feel like they were, well, obviously, but people would like be afraid to go to them or something like that, that they were just very secluded and kept to themselves and stuff like that. And as you can see, I put a lot of detail, miniaturized detail and all that sort of stuff in here. I really like the way it turned out. I think back here I did my very, very first redstone thing, which doesn't work because it's fake. Like, I don't know what I was doing. Like, what's all this? It was a redstone clock that doesn't work. I don't even... Oh! Oh! It works! It works! I'm so pro! I don't even know what way I did all this before. There you go. That was my very, very first thing I done with redstone on this map. And of course it's shit. I know it's shit because that's the most stupidest thing ever. But I just wanted to do something and I liked it. But whatever. So yeah, as you can see, they are the little thing. Obviously, there wouldn't be many members here. Maybe like 80 or 90 members of this place. Obviously it's still very small, and the interior, to be honest, I don't really like it. I could have done so much better on the interior, which again, because I've learned a lot, I mean a lot from doing this series, I will come back and I will introduce a load of cool stuff to it, like hidden doors and hidden this, and lots more piston action in this place, and get rid of a lot of the stuff because I went crazy with the books and stuff. I just wanted to make it all feel very magical and mystical, and I didn't really succeed that much in it. But back then, as I said, like this room is pretty crap, to be honest. But again, I've become a lot better at decorating interiors. So once I come back, it's going to be nice to have a blank slate and just get rid of the stuff inside here and do a way better job. And this was like the enchanting tower, then in here alchemist's tower, and then inside there was the enchanter's tower, and yeah, that big orb of energy and stuff. And then I think you can't even go into this. But that was pretty much the mage tower. That was a pretty fun project because, again, most of these things that I've made, it was the very first time I made something like them. So once I come back, see there again, look, I would not, right now the way I'm building now, I would have not have left that. It would have been built like this. Oh no. Like that. Oops. And look, that just looks all weird. Like, what was I doing back then? There, something like that. But yeah, as I said, lots has changed. So we've looked at the Dwarven city, we've looked at the Nordic, the Elven thing, now the Orc. This was my first project I went whack-a-mole on and just went all out till my cities have gotten bigger and bigger, but like I started out with a huge one, then I got smaller, then I got bigger, and then I got fucking huge again. So this was the Orc city. If anyone has played Dawn of War, you'll know where that's from. And some people were like, oh, it doesn't make sense, like it's too big, it can't, like I wanted the Orc city to, when you walked up to it, to be like, holy crap, who are these guys? Jesus Christ, what a banner. Like that's meant to be just cloth. You know, people were like, oh, how could it be supported? I'm like, it's cloth. It can be held, it's being held up by the support going through the middle, the support there, and iron going down there. So like, I really liked it. I thought it was a cool idea. And also this was pretty much, this was very hard to do. This was very hard to do, to come up with the ideas and stuff. I made like the refugee sort of thing out here, and towers all over the place. This is where they were getting all their wood from, and I did the sort of that effect with the wood. This was like the woodcutter's hut, where he would have lived with his family and a few other people. Or was it? I can't remember. And then as you came in, the gigantic doors, and I made it look like the door was opened. We came into this sort of thing, and this was, whoa, wow, the NPCs, I forgot I spawned all these guys. Oh cool, look at him. Whee! He must have spawned or something. Oh, who's that guy? Oh cool, I've never seen one of these midget things. Fucking yum. Look at these little legs. This is so weird. Oh, another one! Did I make a weird... Whoa. You must be scared of me. If I hit them, do they make weird sounds? Oh! Oh, trap now. No, they don't. Get out. See all these houses. There's about 5 variations of... Whoa. They're everywhere! They're breeding like rabbits. But yeah, actually this makes total sense for an orc city, because they're all orcs with pigtails. Oh, that's a knife. Or scimitar, whatever the hell they're called. Then there's these are all these houses where there's about 5 variations of these houses, and I copied and pasted them all over the place. There's a few of them obviously made in that couldn't have been, and this is a little storage area, a little shop. Fucking hell, they're going crazy. There's so many people in the city now. This is really cool. It's funny because I left the city and I only had like 4 or 5 villagers, and they must have populated the city. That is really, really cool. But here anyway, this was a little area where they were repairing the wall. They were bringing these up and repairing the wall, which was really cool. These towers are just gigantic, and I tried to. If you've seen Orgrimmar, you would see this spiky style, and that's where I got the spiky style from. Again, height limit before was right here, so I couldn't build above it. height limit really screwed me over in this project, in most of my projects, and I'm just so glad that it's doubled now, and that I can't wait to come back and modify all these stuff to make them cooler. Obviously, this is the Isengard look. If any of you seen Lord of the Rings, and if anyone hasn't, go watch it. And if you are not going to go watch it, just go die, because I don't like you anymore. Because it's the best movie ever. This is the Isengard look. Whoa, that's weird. So that's where I got that from. That's where they were getting like their stone, and they were getting their resources or whatever from. I don't know. Maybe they were breeding down there. I don't know. Joe, that weird thing they did in Isengard. Down here is a small little smithy. His little family inside here. As you can see, a lot of places that go to nowhere, as I usually do. A lot of houses made into the sandy things, which wouldn't make sense, but they look cool. Then, as you can see, this goes all the way up here. In there, and then it comes out here, goes across this bridge, and then goes inside here, comes out into this little plateau area, which I haven't put anything in here yet. Then this goes across here to this guard tower. This was the alchemists, or not the alchemists, shaman's tent, or hut. I made it very shamany. I really like the way this turned out, actually. Held up inside the little water. It looked like he was like healing or turning the desert into grass, and like regrowing the land. That's what I sort of wanted to make with him. Over here then was a little water feature that gave him water and stuff, and then I made it look like that. Oh, weird! There was water in here before, and I tried to make it look like, you know, where water gathers in the mountain range and stuff. That's what I wanted to do, but mustn't have worked for some reason. This was their little mount place, where obviously there's no big mounts in this game, and I wanted them to be like riding wolves and stuff like that. But like, just imagine these wolves are like huge, and they ride on them, and yeah, and you can see them inside here as you walk past. It's kind of cool. And then inside here was their little training area as well. You could call it a barrack slash mosh pit or whatever. Yeah, they have all their like items here where they can pick up their armor, the little item armor racks, a place for them to fight and just be orcs. Obviously, training dummies, and then inside here, then they can go in and pick up their mounts or whatever, you know. Then back here was the prison. They had a prison, and this was their prison area where their where their prisoners would, you know, basically just, this is their prison yard. I was gonna put prisoners in here, which is eventually, as I said, I'll come back and I'll redo all the little things that I missed. Inside here was a little brawl pit where they would just throw the prisoners in, and they would just fight to the death, and maybe they could like win their freedom or whatever. That's obviously blood or whatever. Then the little guard towers, obviously watching over them. Another one there. This was a little slaughterhouse where they had all their animals and stuff, and inside here then they have furnaces where they cook all the meat and stuff. Inside here is a mass. Oh no, it's an inn, or not an inn. It's a tavern where they just all get pissed. Then then inside here is my storage area. There's not one storage area. There's loads of them around the place. This was the War Chief's palace, whatever you want to call it. Of course, not done yet. Another brawl pit where he would watch over people. Once I make his throne a better throne, I need to put more things around here. As I said, more stuff to do, which will be fun to do when I come back. I will do like a few episodes where I'll be like rehauling everything. Up here will be another maybe training area where his royal guard would train or something, and then there's a little way to go across the walls, or it could be just a guard point. There's more things, and that look like it's getting destroyed by the sand, which I thought was sort of cool. That's it for that area really. And then if none of you don't know, that was a volcano that I wanted these to be at war with the humans. So as they were at war with the humans, out of nowhere a volcano went off, and like fucking the shamans all like got together, the shamans or whatever got together and like put it in stasis, so it's like supposed to be in slow motion or whatever. And so like during the war they were like fighting, and then like out of nowhere this came up and threatened to destroy the whole city, so put it into stasis, which was sort of a cool idea. More houses up here. There's another tavern there for when people come off the boats. Another inn. There's more houses. This was a Zeppelin tower, which I haven't made Zeppelins for yet. I think I might add human city, the city, or the Zeppelins to the human city, but I'm not sure yet. We'll just have to wait and see. Here again, I made it look like that the dock was in some sort of shit and they were trying to put some quick repairs together. And then this boat has been made. This boat has just been made. Boats inside the water out there, and I need to add more boats and stuff like that. I'll add a giant warship as well, like a gigantic warship, once I come back and I do a ship battle between the humans and the orcs. That's where to get all the resources, the cranes, moving stuff into place. And that's pretty much it for this city. And then of course there's another ship being just starting to be made. Lots to do when I come back. I have a to-do list of stuff I need to add, which is going to be nice. If you want, in the comments below, leave suggestions of what you really want me to go back and finish, and I will add it to my to-do list. And together I'll make a to-do list. And as you can see, look how close the cities are. I wanted this city to this city originally was a hub for the humans in this land, and then this was their main city, and then like this was another gigantic city of the humans. So together this was like their massive, they owned all this, and then the orcs took this over, and now they're waging a massive war to try to take it back. And right here will be a fucking gigantic, like huge warship battle, and it's just going to be hectic as hell. And over here is going to be there's going to be loads of orcs and humans fighting. There's going to be big like a frontier for the front lines of the infantry and stuff, all set up around here. Same with the orcs, and there's just going to be massive brawls going on when I put the NPCs back in, and they're all going to be fighting. It's going to be epic. Going to be so cool. And obviously, if you've watched my videos up to date, I don't really need to do anything on this. This is my human city. A lot to do still. So you just watch my newest episode, really, of the epic map if you want to know much about anything about that. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this episode. It's been sort of a long one. It's probably been as long as one of my epic maps. But thanks a lot for all the support that I've gotten with all this. I've just reached about 4,100 subscribers at this point. It's been a pretty crazy ride. I've done so much. I've met a lot of nice people. It's been a really, really cool experience, and I wouldn't change it. It's been going really, really well. As you can see, because of my last episode, I did finish the school. So that's a little update for I didn't do much really. I added a little tower, which would have been where they would have rang the bell or something when the kids are finished school. But I'll show that in the next episode anyway, a bit more in detailed. So yeah, again, thanks a lot for all the support that you have given me through this very long ordeal. I have been doing this YouTube thing since I think December, maybe a bit earlier than that, and I've grown pretty fast in that time, I think. And I'm pretty grateful for everyone that has all the support they've given, because obviously this would not have been possible without everyone. So yeah, again, thanks so much to everyone. I can't thank everyone enough, really. And if you didn't already know, this map is up for download. Just search my video, epic map download video, because a lot of people still ask me, is this map up for download? And before you ask, Human City is not in it right now. This is my jewel right now that I want to make the best possible city that I've ever done, and most detailed in every possible way before I even think about releasing it. If I even release it, we'll see. Most likely I will, but I put so much work into this. We'll just have to wait and see. Also, the Orc City in the download is only about 30 to 40% done. Right now, where the map is now, everything is done. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. Thanks again, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Whoa! Bring me to your leader! Oh!